Welcome to our learning together, Mimer, Chassidic discourse. Ani ladeidi v'deidi li. I'm to my beloved, and my beloved is to me. And we're coming to a close.
We do it again?
Of this discourse. So, V'zehu ani ladeidi v'deidi li. And this then is the meaning of I am to my beloved, and my beloved is to me. The Yeshayim, we could say that v'deidi li, right, in the Resha Tevis of Elul, is going primarily, as we've explained, on the 13 divine attributes of compassion. That's in the month of Elul, right? It's shining now. That which it says, v'doidi li, ani l'doidi, v'doidi li, after ani l'doidi, even though seemingly in chronological order, first comes the empowerment, and then comes our part, the Anila Doidi. I am to my beloved. But here, I am to my beloved comes first. Why would it come first when it isn't first? Right? Because on a deeper level, not on the order of how things happen, but on a conceptual level, if you will, on a I don't know if ideas level, a deeper level, Anila Daidi, which is Avodas Ha'adam, the work that we do, right, is greater than the revelation that comes from above. It's greater. Our work is greater than that which arouses us to work, the divine compassion of God. Wow. I mean, said that previously. The whole purpose of the 13 divine attributes of compassion is only to awaken us to do the work, to do what we got to do. Right? And as a result, through this, we create an exaltedness in the divine attributes, the 13 divine attributes of compassion.
Ramban? 13, is that what by Ramban? Ramban? Okay.
No, it's in the Torah. Right? So we said this already, that we through our Avodah, through our divine service, we bring something, we create, and that which awakens us to it, we bring something to it. Now, there's two ideas here. The greatness, the exaltedness in the revelation above, right? I mean, this is a great, lofty, divine revelation of godliness, right? Which we give the metaphor of the king of the field, right? So that great, lofty, divine level above through coming down here in order to arouse us from our slumber, to bring us to reconnect to Hashem, right? We exalt this divine divinity. We affect it, we impact it. It becomes greater. Right? So you have this wonderful thing that there's this revelation from above, right? When you think about it, it's counterintuitive that there's a revelation of godliness, that because it comes down to someone who's distant from Hashem, to arouse them, to awaken them, to give them a little, morning coffee. That's what it's coming for, right? Now, this exaltedness, it's done through arousing us to do tshuva. In actuality, right? That we in actuality come closer to God as a result. Now, there's something about this divine light that's shining in the world that just because it comes down here for us, that itself has value, right? Now, together with that, there's something about that divine light that comes down here. The fact that, in fact, we do tshuva in reality, right? And in this, there's two ideas. The exaltedness that comes from the pleasure above in our divine service. God takes pleasure in the fact that we take a coin and give it in a charity box that Jewish men, put on their tefillin, right? That you make a blessing. That's avodas ha'adam. That's our divine service, right? God takes pleasure in that, especially when it's in a manner of tshuva, of penitence, right? And the rebound effect, so to speak, when you kind of were distant and now come closer. God has pleasure in that. And that's in the metaphor that he receives us with a fine countenance, right? And through that, right, the fact that we actually then make an effort to connect. We want to connect. That's our real inner desire, that we want to connect. Then comes the essential pleasure that God has essentially in Israel. Not because of what we did, but for who we are, right? That the root of our soul is beyond the root of Torah mitzvahs and beyond even the mitzvah of tshuva. Our soul is beyond Torah and mitzvahs. Torah mitzvahs isn't greater than us. It's for us. Tshuva isn't greater than us. Right? The root source of my soul, that way is rooted in the essence of God, is greater than even Torah mitzvahs. Torah mitzvahs allow me to reveal my true self. Right. So the fact, and this is in the metaphor that we had, that he displays this wide smile, meaning he has pleasure. The pleasure is not right, and this is one of the first real novel idea. The pleasure is not in what we accomplished in our divine service. The pleasure is in Neshamas Yisrael, in the neshama itself, right? Which again is so. Yesh Leimer, says the Rebbe, but since the awakening of the tshuva of the person, of the penitence of getting close to Hashem, that through that tshuva, what do? We reveal the fine countenance and even the smile, right? We reveal it. The fact that God has pleasure, even if, he has pleasure in us, in the neshama Yisrael, right, is there, but it's not revealed. It's only revealed when we come close to the king. If you stay distant from the king, you ain't going to see that. You're not going to see his smile, right? So, in other words, through the coming close, through the tshuva, through that, we have the revelation of that smile, right? And that came as a result of Vidoidi Li, because there was the revelation of the 13 divine attributes of the king. Therefore, the effect of Anila Doidi, Vidoidi Li, right? The order of it, right? Because we're saying, the fact that I'm aroused and awakened and inspired is coming from, right, from above, right? But the revelation of that only came because I came close. Otherwise, that wouldn't be revealed. So therefore, in other words, let me make sure I say this right. It's very refined idea. It's a refined idea. It's a fine idea, so it's refined.
Define it.
So
Pleasure.
only because you come close to God, right? You went from the desert to the field. In the field, you went to the king, that you were able to have that there's revealed his pleasure. It's only because you come close, you do tshuva, that therefore now there is the doidili, that you have this wide smile. You have this, receiving you with a fine countenance and a wide smile. So it's the ani ladoidi that ultimately brings about the revelation, the that that there is this pleasure that he has in us. You just think, if the king is smiling and you're not there, well, God's smiling, but you don't come. You don't see the smile, right? So it's like tree fell in the forest, but no one's there to hear it. The tree fall. It didn't make noise. Fell, but didn't make noise, right? So God smiling. Is he smiling? If you're not there to see the smile, it's only because we did our part. We come close to Hashem. Then that smile becomes a reality. Otherwise, it's tree in the forest that didn't make noise. God's smile. So, which really what it means, the bottom line is, it's so up to us, everything. Right? So I can tell you that God, not only loves you, he likes you. He wants you. Not for what you do, but for who you are. Shamas Yisrael. Neshama. Lofty soul. But for you to have anything of that, to have that revelation, you got to show up. Right? You have to connect to Hashem. You have to do tshuva. That's, to reconnect. Without that, it's not like, it's like, a child that has been separated from their parents and grew up, amongst, the mountain people, and distant from any, civilization. And finds out, oh, your parents are really eager to see you. And they have this beautiful, I don't know, whatever. Until you see it for yourself, and you forget about see it for yourself, until you want it and come close, then, it's not going to be really meaningful. So same thing is here. Until you want it and you know that this is you and this is, you come closer to Hashem, the fact that Hashem is embracing you, revealing to you that embracing you for you, not even, not because you did the tshuva, but if you don't do that tshuva, then how are you going to sense, right, that connection, right? So let's So Yehiratzeh, may it be Hashem's will, through our actions and our divine service, and especially through the service of the month of Elul, Nizke, we should merit, Bikarav Mamish, speedily, very soon, literally, the Gula Asida, for the final redemption. Because then will be the true idea of God showing this wide smile, right? God showing it now, but it's in our mind's eye only, right? Okay, Mavur becoming famous as explained in many places. Be Indian, Hakniga de Asid, Hakadosh Baruch Hu Asid Tzadikim la Asid Labai. That what Hashem is going to in the future show for the righteous in the world to come. Yiru Bigoli, they'll see in a very revealed way that all of the battling between good and evil, in this world, is only in order that there should be the pleasure, the divine pleasure. And then it will be, he'll have a full smile. And it calls and all of this speedily, very soon. All the battle between good and wow, that was interesting end to that. Right? That's what we're doing. We're battling between good and evil today.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Amazing.